Hi, my name is Kevin Knott. I am going to be talking briefly about UDL in my classroom. It'll be the reflection piece of week 3, cycle 4, year 1, so for the induction process. UDL is probably one of the most key things that we do in our job as special educators, just because we're required to meet all our students where they're at on a daily basis. And we take a set of curriculum. I teach 3rd through 5th. I take a set of curriculum from one grade. A lot of times it's 3rd. And I have to make that accessible to every student. What that means is that I have to adjust and make sure that the content is available either through audio or through reading or through being read to. And that's kind of the base of it, is really just making sure that it's accessible. And there's all kinds of different ways to do it, like through the different media, some of the ways I just mentioned. But I think that, I think that I'm pretty good at it. I've gotten used to doing it quite a bit. I think the key is to always remember where your students are at and where they and if they can access the curriculum. They might not be able to, but if as it's written or whatever. But if that's okay, then you just have to adjust it to meet them where they're at. Before this year, I worked at a middle school, at a non-public school, and I spent a lot of time, it was my first year teaching, a lot of time trying to figure out how to have them access the material. And I figured out one way, and we did this a bunch of different ways, but this was one idea, and I kind of do that here in my class a little bit, is we would show a video, like a movie, something fun, and we would watch the movie. And afterwards, we would have discussions, whole group discussions. We'd have small group discussions. And then what we would do is we would gauge their comprehension of it. Now, that was the hard part, because I had 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. Academically, they were 10th grade through 2nd grade. So I had to have some people write me 3-page essays. Beginning paragraph, middle, couple middle bodies, and a conclusion. I had some people just write me a paragraph. I had some people just write keywords. And then I had some people draw me a picture of what it was that they saw. And then I also had some people just talk to me and tell me. And that was just one example of how I could take the curriculum and then have them, on their end, have them produce back assessments or at least gauge comprehension on that level. There are a bunch of other ways to do it on the other end, which is the curriculum end, which is just as important, because we're designing the curriculum, universal design for learning. So we're taking what we need to do and adjusting it to how it would fit. That goes for English language learners as well, and that's probably one of the key things too. But anyways, it has allowed me, as I'm going through and looking at lessons, to be very open-minded as far as how I want to take the material and make it accessible to the kids. I do think about it all the time, and I think that's a good thing, to always be cognizant of what it is that you're putting out there for the kids. Anyways, that is my reflection, and thank you.